Thelma the Unicorn is a new Netflix original animated movie, which Netflix original movies, let's be real, can be hit or miss. I'm really excited about a couple of them, like Ultraman Rising, things like that, but they can be hit or miss, so wasn't really sure how this was gonna be. I sat down and watched it, and I was engaged with it at first, but the more it just went along, it just really wasn't very good. This movie is about Thelma, who's like I guess like a pony, like a little pony, and she wants to be a musician, but she can't because no one will give her a chance because of the way she looks. So when she gets glitter and paint sprayed on her and ends up looking like a unicorn, and people starts noticing her, she starts becoming famous, and basically everything you think will happen happens, which is, hey, she forgets about who she was originally. She becomes kind of a jerk to the people around her because now I'm rich and famous. I don't have time for you, and it's a be yourself message. Don't change for other people kind of shit that every kids movie does. Like, it's kind of like, it's not a bad message for kids, but like it's getting to the point where we need to stop teaching this moral because it's being told so much now that I'm pretty sure kids are not watching stuff with that moral and being like, and grabbing onto it. They're watching it going, and they're just rolling their eyes going, fuck, I've heard it before. Like, I think even kids are picking up on that. It's just fucking irritating. And I think that's a sign that you're not doing it correctly. Like, this movie does that moral, but doesn't really do anything new with it, and it just like it goes all the beats you'd think. There are a couple beats that I enjoyed about this movie. Number one, the main voice actress for Thelma is an actual country music musician. I'm not like a fan of her stuff by any means, but because of that, all the music in the movie's pretty good, and her voice acting's really good and adds a lot to that character. And then you have the donkey, who I think it's Will Forte. Yeah, it's Will Forte who does the voice. Will Forte, voice Abe in Clone High, so it's just funny hearing that voice come out of him. And he has a fun little bit. That character also has a funny little bit about being into like this D&D um, version he made up that's like on a farm. So that's kind of fun. Like stuff like that's fun. But for the most part, this movie is really just generic, and I don't like this how the humans look throughout most of the movie. They just look really ugly. They remind me of that. It's weird. Like all the animals actually look pretty appealing in terms of design, but all the humans in the movie they look pretty bad. They look like they remind me of the new Addams Family animated movies, which are really bad, awful movies. But their animation is particularly bad uh, with the background humans, and that's basically how they look here. Not quite as bad because there was clearly more money and effort put into this movie than those movies, but still, it did not look great. So yeah, this movie was just kind of there. It wasn't really anything to really latch onto. I like Thelma, the unicorn, as like an idea for a movie. I guess I think they could have done maybe some interesting things with it. Like really, any movie can be good if you get the right approach to it. But this movie was just pretty generic, so it wasn't like a painful watch. I think kids will probably enjoy it somewhat, but other than that, I'm like, it was there.